Samira General Hatters dropped off, and then Devastating, Leicester Thunderwing and Phantom Agent and Sky Leader. They're rounding the turn, 400 metres to go. Dictator led past the plate. Sculptor and Game On came at them quickly on the outside, and so too did Ice Chariot and Devastating. They're getting to the 200, and Phantom Agent's getting right up on the fence. Dictator the leader, Sculptor and Ice Chariot, and Phantom Agent got the run through on the rail. Ice Chariot out in the middle of the track, the leader. Phantom Agent, and going through also is Pentathon. Ice Chariot and Pentathon. Ice Chariot's in front, and Ice Chariot's won the cup from Pentathon.
That was nice. Was able to get away with it. 4 lengths away, Redmark. G. Pantani's lost his spot. He's back in the field. From Clearview Bay, giving them a long start. Then Star Rensky. Personal Drum called upon. Scotty's trying to wind up the champ of last year. Stammer's Pro Honor last. First of the double. Gino Ladd didn't handle it too well. Clearview Bay got into it. Swift Rule leads as they come up to this one. This is flight 14. Swift Rule. Well, he's been there from the word go, and NZ's been on his tail all of the way. 3 lengths away, Iggy Conzeal fourth. Gino Ladd fifth. He's 2 off them from Clearview Bay. The others are starting to lose contact. Personal Drum tries to rally. Stammer's Pro Honor. Pantani's been pulled out of the race. 3 flights to go in the National. This will be flight 15, and then they've got 16, 17 in the home lane. Swift Rule in front. He's trying to do it all from the front, leading from Iggy. Here comes Conzeal and Gino Ladd, 3 wide with their runs. The favourite is coming into the race strongly. Third last flight, and Gino Ladd on the outside strode up, and he put in a magnificent leap. But Swift Rule outdone him on the flat. Swift Rule again goes to the lead from Gino Ladd. 3 lengths away, Clearview Bay with fresh legs and coming home well. Then Conzeal, further back Iggy NZ, and Personal Drum best of the rest as they turn in the National. 2 flights to go, 16 and 17 in their path. And it's Gino Ladd, runner-up in the National hurdle in front, but Clearview Bay is coming at him brilliantly. Clearview Bay put in a mighty leap. He went up to Gino Ladd, who jumped him on terms. 2 lengths away, having a crack on Clearview Bay. Here's the last, and Clearview Bay magnificent. Went through it, and he found 2 lengths from nowhere. Swift Rule comes again from Gino Ladd, who can't go on. Clearview Bay, the Von Dusa, the Briley, and now the National wins it by 2 lengths to Swift Rule and Gino Ladd. And
well, great emotion for Tommy Logan there, and well, we know why, because he was home at the Moonee Valley and fell, made a mistake. But
well, zipping at the moment, making ground magnetic from Incentate and Esther Kareem. Heavenly Pun in front, leads by a length and a half. Trying hard, Clavillo Magnetic, Raymond's Image, Magic Tory. Heavenly Pun, gee, this has been a great training effort by Heath Connors. Second up from a long, long time in the wilderness, and Heavenly Pun goes on to win it. Esther Kareem flew to be in a photo for second with Magnetic. Just behind those runners, Incentate. Raymond's Image didn't ping today. Magic Tory did plenty wrong. Clavillo, no luck from Mr. Big 7 Crown. He's the Bavarian. Jose Amigo pulls up short at the tail.
Well, Terry Bailey got it right. A fantastic training performance here by Heath Connors with Heavenly Pun. The only protest here against Darren Gauci might be from the punters. $31.30 and $6.80.
5 Heavenly Pun there for Darren Gauci, Heath Connors, $31.50 and $6.80. 2 Esther Kareem, $2 for second, and 9 Magnetic, $2 for third. Cornella, $89.10, exacted $242, even trifecta $1,242. 529 the numbers. Heavenly Pun by Distorted Humour out of Heavenly Message. Esther Kareem by Germano, and Magnetic by Never Undercharged.
Carno. Blase comes up. Sugar Dart and Conzeal, who's been racing well. I'm not too sure that he's 100% comfortable under the heavy conditions. Sugar Dart has taken to the flights really well. 3,900 metres. And Mazzacano looking to put his imprint upon this field again. And they're racing. And they've jumped in a good line. Conzeal wide out, goes back. Mazzacano jumped well. He's up about 6, but quickly is going back as I'm a Tycoon crosses the first flight. Goes over it clear, and he's really clapping on the speed early on. Here's flight number 2, and it's I'm a Tycoon out in front, leading comfortably. Personal Drum back in the field, knuckled at that one. Gee, Real Tonic's up there showing speed. That's a big surprise. He's running second. Hurub goes on out wide on the track. They were followed by Gigi on the fence from Sugar Dart, a length away Conzeal. Then on the fence, Redmark, in between runners Blase. As they come up to the third of the flights down the side, 2 lengths away, Stammer's Pro Honor. Then Mazzacano 4 away, and 2.5 to Personal Drum. Flight number 3 as they come through the gap and down up before the bend on the first occasion. I'm a Tycoon in front of Horeb, who's going a little closer. They come to this flight. They all cleared it reasonably well. Stemmers Pro Honor back in the field. Might have just knuckled a little bit on landing as Mazzacano's back second last. On the bend the first time round, and it's I'm a Tycoon in front of Horeb and Real Tonic. Conzeal's caught out wide, going up in the centre, Sugardard. They were followed next of all by, just in behind those runners is Blase, the NZ, a red mark in front of him on the fence. Well back in the field, Mazzacano, Personal Drum and Stemmers Pro Honor. Here's the flight at the 400 metres mark, and I'm a Tycoon. He was reckless at it, crashed through it, threw his head up in the air, but he leads the way. Real Tonic's right on the speed inside of him, and Horeb makes it 3 wide out. Here's the next flight down the lane, flight number 5. Much better effort there by Mazzacano back in the field. Didn't jump it too well, but the leader did. I'm a Tycoon, 3/4 Real Tonic and Horeb as they race past the post. Sugardard behind those, Iggy on the fence. Conzeal can't get in for dear life. 2 away, Red Mark. He broke his maiden at start number 49, and he looks at start number 50 to win the big one. A link further back is the Kiwi Blase from Stemmers Pro Honor. Then Mazzacano. He's back last of all with Personal Drum as they go out of the straight. It's I'm a Tycoon, the regally bred I'm a Tycoon. He's out by 2.5 lengths on Real Tonic, and the old Warhorse sits on the paint. Horeb keeps him company, and Sugardard goes on 3 deep, and Blase behind them. He can tuck in or he can go forward. He's going to tuck in 5th. Back on the fence, Iggy, then Conzeal, who's got a bit of cover for the first time from Red Mark, Stemmers Pro Honor, Mazzacano and Personal Drum. The first of 3 of the big treble up the hill. Here they come to, and it's I'm a Tycoon in front. He got over it, not back crash hot. Mazzacano hasn't jumped too well back in the field. He's still last of all. Here's the second flight up the back. I'm a Tycoon joined in front by Sugardard. A length away in third, Horeb. Real Tonic on the fence. Here comes the next flight, and Sugardard out jumped the front runner. Sugardard's got his head in front again, kicking up on the inside. I'm a Tycoon. They're away from the fence. Horeb goes up on the rail from the Kiwi, Blase and Conzeal out wide. They're going up towards the 2 on top of the hill. Then came Iggy, Real Tonic. Mazzacano gives the speed 7 or 8 lengths. It was about at this point of the race where he started to get mobile. He's still back 4th last. Here comes the second flight on top of the hill. I'm a Tycoon, Sugardard and Conzeal went up to make it a line of 3. They're 3 lengths on Blase, Horeb. Mazzacano called upon. Inside of him is Iggy as they come downhill. They've got 3 to get over. Mazzacano, it's certainly deja vu from what he did last time in the Australian Steeple. He's starting to make his run now. I'm a Tycoon in front of Conzeal and Sugardard with 3 to get over. 3 to 4 lengths, Blase and Mazzacano's on the march. Here he comes. He's storming into it wide out on the track from Iggy. Horeb on the fence, and old Personal Drum making ground. As they come to the 3rd last flight, I'm a Tycoon and Conzeal, with Conzeal going to the front. Mazzacano knuckled a bit on landing, but he's running on gamely. On the inside, Sugardard from Horeb. They were followed by Iggy, Personal Drum, Stemmers Pro Honor. Around the bend, Conzeal in front for Steve Pateman. He'll turn the bend by 2 lengths. I'm a Tycoon rallies on the fence. Mazzacano chases hard, but he's struggling a little bit at the moment. Now he's starting to come, and he's coming big. He's moved up on the outside, Mazzacano. At the 2nd last flight, Conzeal through it. He's been monstered by Mazzacano. Mazzacano's got him, and he quickly left him. Then came I'm a Tycoon, Sugardard, Iggy. The 2nd last flight, Mazzacano will sail to victory if he gets over it. It's all over in the crisp. Mazzacano storming away with them, and the incredible Hulk of the chase, Mazzacano, with his ears pricked, wins it easing down. Goes on to win by 6 or 7 to Conzeal. I'm a Tycoon 3rd. A margin away to Personal Drum on the comeback. Then came Iggy, Sugardard, Stemmers Pro Honor, Horeb. Well back, Red Mark. They were followed near the tail by Blase. Real Tonic, not the horse he used to be. He might not even make it over the line.
Well, what an exciting chaser he is. It's never painless watching him until he gets to the second last hurdle, and then the margin kicks in. Again, it's about 8 or 9 lengths, but, well, that's just fantastic to watch, Shay.
For number 4, Mazzacano, but unfortunately pulling up with a tendon problem reoccurring. $1.50, $1.20, $2.60 for Conzeal, number 7, $2.60 for number 5, I'm a Tycoon. Quinella, $7.70, Exacta, $7.50, Trifecta, $35.10, $4.75. Those numbers, Mazzacano by King Ivor, Conzeal by Zabeel, and I'm a Tycoon by Zabeel out of the good mare Tycoon Lil.
Comes up, and that will leave Pay the Aces on the back up to move forward for Tommy Logan, who experienced the highs and lows of racing last week. And they're all set for the National. $250,000. Mazzacano winning the crisp, but bowing a tendon after the race. They're on their journey, and Pantani and Forest Knight near the inside, jag straight back. Summer Bent won the start and cruised over that first flight to lead. The Grey Swift Rule's going to declare him on, and McLean's going to be happy with that because he can ease if he wants. And they're raced away by 2 or 3 Desert Heiress. Pantani the Grey from his stablemate pushing up on the fence, Hasta Manana. Pay the Aces caught wide. It's a real dawdle in the early stages from Gino Ladd, anyone we know. And Forest Knight going out to last, just a little keen on the bridle. He's got his head very much to the ground and he's Eknach. As Swift Rule comes up to this flight on the hill, and the Grey went through it, leading a length and a half. In second position, Summer Bent as they come to flight number 4. Second of the double on top of the hill, and Swift Rule draws away now. He's out by 2.5, Summer Bent, and Pantani. He goes up on the fence, a handy third. They were followed by Desert Heiress, 2 or 3 to Pay the Aces. Hasta Manana away from the fence. Inside of him is anyone we know from Gino Ladd, and Forest Knight brought up the rear. As they come down the side in the National, and it's Swift Rule in front, the Grey. Summer Bent came off the fence to park at his quarters, and Pantani relaxes well. He's 2 lengths away third. The mare Desert Heiress behind him, and a length and a half to Pay the Aces, who again wants to get his head up in the air a little bit. Here comes this flight number 5. First time round, Swift Rule clears it well. Forest Knight back in the field's improved. He's got past Gino Ladd as they come on to the bend at the 600-metre mark first time round, and Summer Bent moves up to join Swift Rule. There 2 lengths Pantani, then came Desert Heiress 3 away. Anyone we know slips up on the fence, Hasta Manana a little wide. They were followed by Pay the Aces, well back Forest Knight, Gino Ladd. Here's this flight in top of the straight. This is flight 6 and 7 coming up. Swift Rule the inside, and Summer Bent, they come to it. Summer Bent didn't put much backbone into that. He ran straight through the brush, but he's gone to the front now from Swift Rule. Pantani's over 2 away, moving up Hasta Manana to the 4th spot. Here's the next flight in the straight. Summer Bent put much more effort into that one. He cleared it with room to spare as they come down to the judge. He leads by 3/4 on Swift Rule, and Pantani over 3 away from Hasta Manana. Billy Williams looking for back-to-back victories in the National. Then came Pay the Aces, moving up outside of Desert Heiress from anyone we know, who now has been pushed back. Forest Knight is back second last, and Gino Ladd keeps him company. Summer Bent for Brad McLean. Well, he's been certainly the gun jumper of the season, and he leads out 3/4 on Pantani the Maidener. Out wide, Hasta Manana now gets in 1 out on the outside of Swift Rule as they start their climb to the back straight. 2 lengths away, Desert Heiress and Pay the Aces outside of the mare. Anyone we know is a long way back, third last from Gino Ladd. All Forest Knight dipped there. He hit a rough patch of turf. He went down on his nose. He's 2 lengths away last. Here comes the first of the treble as they head up the back in the National, and Summer Bent comes to it and cruise through it. Leads by a length and a half, Pantani and Swift Rule from Hasta Manana, and he's always been on the speed. Here's the next flight. Summer Bent through it well. Forest Knight's improved. He's gone past Gino Ladd as they start their descent up to the 3rd of the flight. Summer Bent in front. Goes away by a length and a half. Swift Rule, Pantani, the 2 greys make a spectacle, 2nd and 3rd. 3 away, Hasta Manana, and Forest Knight slips up on the inside of Desert Heiress. Anyone we know, Pay the Aces drag back now. He's 2nd last, and Gino Ladd about to start a move. On top of the hill at flight number 11, Summer Bent. He's a real dasher. He's in front. Got through by a length and a half. Swift Rule and Pantani with Hasta Manana going up 4th. Here's the next one on the hill. Summer Bent through it well. Pantani ran to 2nd from Swift Rule. Forest Knight, Scott's improving all of the time as they come downhill with Hasta Manana. Anyone we know goes up on the inside and now comes around the hills of Forest Knight. Gino Ladd next. They were followed by Desert Heiress, and Pay the Aces has run his race in the National. 3 to get over. Summer Bent under the 68 in front. He's going well. He's 3/4 on Pantani, stalking hard. His stablemate Hasta Manana, 3rd from Swift Rule. Gino Ladd. Forest Knight's in traffic on the fence from anyone we know. 3rd last flight. Summer Bent comes to it. Oh, he got half off balance at it. Nearly turned himself inside out, but he leads Pantani, and Gino Ladd is coming home strongly. Hasta Manana next, and Forest Knight's going to have to pull out a Herculean performance on the bend to go. And it's McLean in front on Summer Bent. Gino Ladd for Willie Harnett, the 6-year-old, going after him, and they're going to settle down to fight it out from Hasta Manana, Pantani and Forest Knight. Here's the 2nd last, flight number 14. Summer Bent in front. front. Gino Ladd goes after him, but Summer Bent's got courage aplenty. He's still in front. McLean had a peep over his shoulder. Gino Ladd's trying to get to him, but Summer Bent's rallying strongly. He's raced away in the National with 1 to go. Summer Bent gets to it. He's very tired. He's on weary legs, but he's got plenty of courage, Summer Bent, and he's racing away from Gino Ladd. Summer Bent, he's the gun chaser. He comes away in the hurdle and wins the National by 2.5 lengths to Gino Ladd. A great go third. It'll go Pantani from Swift Rule. Forest Knight failed to stay from anyone we know. Hasta Manana's pulled up short with Desert Heiress, and Pay the Aces won't make the last 2 flights.
Hey, it's great to win a race like this, and he's the toughest little horse. You won't find any tougher.
Brad, a couple of times, just having a look at when you turned for home, I noticed you a little bit of a look over your shoulder, and you just, I think, probably a little bit caution for the last 2.
Yeah, for sure. He's just starting to really get tired getting the last, and we skipped through that all right, and he just gave his all after that, and I was sort of looking for the challenges, but I think we burnt them off.
1, 9 and 11. I'll do your tip, Shane. 1, 9, 11. Summer Bent. 360, 180 for Brad McLean and Robert Smurden. 550 Gino Ladd, Pantani 280. 65.70 Quinella, Exacta 74.20. 1,062 the trifecta. The breeding by Distorted Humour, Summer Bent, Perugino, Gino Ladd and Pentire Pantani.